Hello students, this is Miss Jones, your second grade teacher, and right now I'm going to teach you the expectations I have when you're writing on notebook paper or journal paper like this. As we go throughout the year, I want you to pay close attention to how you're writing because the things I'm telling you in this video are the expectations I'm going to have. Alright, for example, let's start with one very important thing. Whenever you're writing on notebook paper or in your journal, it's very important that you make sure to complete your work on the correct side of the page. Ms. Jones, what do you mean by that? Let me tell you. Look at this notebook paper. When I talk about you writing on the correct side of your page, that means these holes you see need to be on the left side of your page. Now, how do you know if the holes are on the left side of your page? Here's a little clue I'm going to give you. Whenever you take out a notebook sheet of paper and you look at the very top, look at this. Doesn't this look kind of like a L? You don't have to write this on your paper. I'm just doing it as an example so you'll see. If you're on the correct side of your page, this L will have a hole beside it. The very front of your page looks like an L at the top with a hole beside it. If you're looking at the page and you have an L but the hole is on this side, please flip the paper over to make sure you're right on the correct side of your paper. Students, the reason this is important is as a second grader in Miss Jones' class, I expect you to write on the correct side of your paper. If you turn in an assignment where you did not pay attention to that expectation and you have your L here with a hole over here, and that means you wrote on the wrong side of your paper, you will receive that assignment back and you will have to do it over. So our key phrase is get it right the first time so you won't have to do it again. All right, next thing I want you to know that's very important when writing on notebook or journal paper is as a second grader, you must soar high above the rest. So you have to learn how to head your paper like a second grade soaring eagle. What do I mean by heading your paper? That means, let's say if you drop that paper on accident and someone finds it, they know your name, they know what date you did it on, and they know what subject you're focusing on. So, in order to head your paper, you're going to write your full name first. You're going to write the full date, month, day, and year, and underneath what subject you're focusing on. Before I show you that as an example, let me tell you what's important also when writing on notebook paper. Pay close attention to these red or pink lines on the side of the paper. Think about your parents driving you around and they come upon a red stop sign. What do? They have to stop. I want you to imagine that these pink or red lines are just like a red stop sign. Whenever you get to it, I don't want you to go past them and I don't want you to write outside of them. Whenever you get to them, if you're coming up on the edge, it's time to go to the next line. The reason this is so important is because when you're heading your paper, you're going to have to make sure you give yourself enough space that you don't go outside of that line. So let me give you an example. Let's say for writing, Miss Jones is going to write you a message. So first, I need to make sure my page is on the right side. I see my L with the hole beside it. My hole is to the left. I'm on the correct side of my paper. Now it's time to head my paper. I know that the pink line is here, so I need to give myself enough space that I can write first my full name. And I'm going to put Miss K. Jones. Enough space where I'm not going outside the line. Next, I need to write the full date. So let's just come up with an example date. Let's say the month is August. Give myself enough space. A-U-G-U-S-T. August, let's just say the date is August 25th. 25. And you got to write the whole year all the way out. Let's just come up with a year that as an example, let's say 2038. So let's say August 25th, 2038. We know that's not the date. It's just an example for you to get an idea that I have my name, I have the full date, and now it's time for me to say what subject I'm doing. So since I'm writing you a message, I'm going to say writing. Miss K. Jones, August 25th, 2038, writing. All right, now I have successfully headed my paper. I did not go outside of the red or pink lines. I also made sure to start on the correct side of the paper with the hole to the left. Now, let me practice writing a message to you so you can watch me make sure not to go outside of the pink lines. All right, so I'm going to skip a line and come down here. And the message I'm going to say is, my name is Miss Jones, and I am so excited to be your second grade teacher. All right, so let's start my message here. I'm not going to write on the line or outside the line. My name is Miss Jones, comma. You see, I'm getting close to that line, but I can fit the next word in there. My name is Miss Jones, and it's time for me to do what? Do I need to keep writing? That's right, I need to go to the next line. My name is Miss Jones, and I'm going to skip a line. I'm so excited to be your second. Oops, I'm out of space. Do I need to keep writing it and go over the line? No. Whenever you are writing a word and run out of space, don't feel like you have to cram it in, and don't feel like you have to go past the stop sign. This is the time to learn how to use your hyphen. I'm so excited to be your SEC hyphen. That means I'm going to finish the rest of the word on the next line. I'm so excited to be your second grade teacher. All right, so let's pay attention to what we've learned today. Whenever you are writing in your journal or on notebook paper, first, make sure you are writing on the correct side of the paper, meaning the holes are to the left. Do not draw this L. Use your imagination to imagine the L there at the top of the page and see the hole to the left. Make sure to do it right the first time so you don't have to do it over. Next, you need to learn how to head your paper. To head your paper, you write your full name first. I put Miss K. Jones. Next, the full date, August 25th, 2038. And the subject, writing. Also, while you're writing, make sure to pay close attention to the stop signs. Do not go outside of the pink or red lines. These are all expectations to help you focus on soaring higher above the rest when completing work in Miss Jones' class. If you don't want to do it over, do it correct the first time. All right, let's look at my message. My name is Miss Jones, and coming up on that line, next line. I'm so excited to be your, ran out of space. I learned to use my what? My hyphen. Very good. I'm so excited to be your second grade teacher. I finished the rest of the word second on the next line. Students, I hope you understand my expectations for you when we're using notebook paper or journals in my classroom. I can't wait to see the outstanding work you turn in as soaring eagles in my classroom.